But another thing we need to also look at now is for that traditional values, most of our parents don't explain explicitly to our children
The reason why,
Very true.
That they will tell you, ladies,
Exactly.
don't allow a man to
touch you.
touch
If
you.
you touch you get
You
pregnant.
get pregnant.
they don't explain.
There are some certain words that a mother cannot tell to her child. You cannot tell your child about sex.
How many parents even do sex education for their children?
As young as 7, 8, you start. This is your safe part. This is not a safe part for any visitor. Putting that awareness in their mind.
So is it the traditional values that will not let our parents even call the actual names of private parts?
Yeah, because they feel when they call, they'll go more wide.
Hi guys, you're welcome to another interesting episode of Freedom of Speech. If you're joining us for the first time, you are absolutely welcome. Here is a safe space where we'll talk about anything and everything. And to our returning subscribers, we absolutely love you. Thank you for joining us for another interesting episode. With me in the studio today, we have that Etsako girl.
Oh my gosh, she got it right.
Yes, I know. I don't know what you expect. You expect me to call you, Edo girl, this girl, and that girl. I got it right. Yeah, and I'm proud of myself. Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
You're looking pretty today.
Thank you. Same as you. I love your prints.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
You look good.
Thank you.
With me in the studio today, another beautiful young lady. We have Ace in the studio. Hi.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's been a minute.
Been a while.
You look so good.
Thank
What's the
you so
secret?
much.
Just tell me what's the secret.
It's good.
I know it's God. That's what she's going to say. I was actually expecting that.
No, it's God.
It's God.
Honestly.
This is God. Yes, we have a guest in the studio today. We have Eghosa Emmanuel Osayende. You are welcome, sir.
Hello, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here.
We are happy to see you.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you.
This episode is going to be very interesting.
I'm happy to see you live. I always look on the screen, and now I'm seeing you live.
Yay! Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Joel. And the topic we'll be talking about today is traditional versus modern values. So when we hear traditional and modern values in terms of the way we live, the way we relate to other people, and how has things changed over time? What are those values that we feel that have changed over time? Like a few years ago, it was not like this, and now everything has changed automatically.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a nice topic to discuss. When you say traditional values, these are values that help to keep a community, that help to keep families.
Yeah.
And these are guidelines by, I would say, an ancestors or it's an historical people, what they follow as that traditional values. But now, if you're talking about the modern value,
Yes.
that shows that the present day. Now, for the traditional values, these are what they have said. It
Yes.
cannot be changed.
Yes.
But for the modern values, yes, it is adapt to change.
Okay.
That's the difference we have in the traditional values and the modern
values.
So it is very, very necessary that we equate them together.
Yes.
But at times if you follow most of the traditional values, you
Yes.
will not understand what the modern value is all about.
Oh, okay.
So the modern value today, they're just like individuals. They try to follow it. They don't want to. They adapt to change situation, things that how things goes on. But traditional values, no. This is what it has been, and that's what they follow.
Okay, so are you saying that it's the modern values, like the way of living currently of the Gen Zs, is the proper way for us to live? Like those our parents. Okay, for example, I saw on somebody made mention. I was going through a TikTok video when a lady said virginity is important when you are younger, but when you are above 22, 23, that is no longer important. It's just something that is going on with you. That's the exact words the girl used. Yes, it's something that is just going on with you, that they look at your accomplishments. So are you saying now that it's okay what she said, she's actually right?
No. The traditional values still is very, very important, and values more. I see, for me, I see love the traditional values.
Okay.
Because it keeps your dignity.
Okay.
You know, for the
Yeah.
modern values, you do it because it suits you at that moment. How what it would cost, you don't know. How the effect is going to be on you,
Yeah.
you don't bother. For the Gen Z, they can see you and say hi. But for traditional value, you see them standing and say, they'll greet you on a normal way. They can tell you, hello, even who's older than you, hello. But the traditional values, you see them, they stay put to that, what they've understood, how it looks like. So I'm still an opinion of following traditional value because it helps.
It helps.
Yes.
Okay, does it mean we should stop, like everybody should go back to the way the things were
No,
before?
you have to contrast both of them. You have to follow both of them. As
like
in,
put them side by side.
Exactly. Because one cannot be thrown off, but they have to be 60-40%. Traditional to be 60, while modern to be 40.
should be
Because if
40.
you do it equal, it's not going to be okay. From my own understanding.
Yes, why? Stop shaking your head. Tell us what you have to say. What you have to say.
Okay, for me, like he has rightly said, you need to work with both values.
Yeah.
And it depends on the individual, because times have changed.
Yeah,
Things
true,
have changed. We
true.
cannot really go back to how it was before.
Yes.
So, for example, if we're looking at family, for example, we understand the man is the head of the family.
Yeah.
The wives probably sit at home, take care of the children, take care of the home.
Yeah.
But now things have changed.
Yes.
Both the man and the woman go out,
Yes.
work, and come together at home and see how they can provide for the family and take care of the home.
True.
There are some cases where the woman go out, work. There's stay-home dad,
Yes.
stay-home husband. They work from home, or they may not even necessarily work. They take care of the children. So things have actually changed. It now depends on what works for you individually.
Oh,
You
okay.
understand?
Yeah.
So I will not say 50-50 or 60-40, but I would say the traditional value is something that should not be thrown away, because there's a lot of things we will learn. You see, respect, dignity, like when you spoke about the virginity thing.
Yes.
To be honest, is what boils down to what you have achieved at the end of the day. Nobody
Yes.
come and check you. Nobody's
Yes.
come to come and ask you the question whether you're a virgin before you get married. In fact, even people that are not even virgin, they get married.
Yes.
So it's a
they do.
personality thing. Do you want to keep yourself? Do you want to keep that dignity? So it's a you kind of thing. You understand? Not what the word says anymore. You know? Even in terms of the sex, there's not male, there's female, there's a lot
Other
of
genders.
transgender. There's a lot of things out there. Before now, it wasn't like that. It was male and female. But
female.
I filling your form, you see male, female, a lot.
Yeah,
And you see
true.
people that are saying I identify as a cat, I identify as a, like, from where to where.
Yeah.
But we have accepted it. And we
Yes.
just have to imbibe the traditional values in our children, so it doesn't die. It doesn't just fade away.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, like what you said about that example that I gave, that you said is something that is actually going on with you. I understand, but don't you think when we present it that way, those that's already keeping themselves, we are discouraging them, telling them that it doesn't really matter?
If you are going to imbibe morals into the younger generation, you need to stand firm. I don't know who the person is, how old, or it's not really
It
age
should be
thing.
around 23,
But
25.
if you have to
yeah.
come on social media, you need to put in that moral, because to be honest, this generation, this modern value, they have lost morals. Like you said, there's nothing like good afternoon, sir. It's high. They will stay at you. Nobody is even thinking about greeting these days. You say, I have my thing going for me, and it's wrong. But it's the way they see things. And another thing, home bringing, family background, it also helps or it
Yeah.
destroys.
Yes.
The society is there as well. It helps or it destroys. So it's like I said, it's a personality thing. So if you, like I said, you don't let somebody discourage you from being who you are. Or because you saw a message and said it's a you problem, or you don't need to keep yourself. It's, do you want to? If you do not want to, good and fine. If you want to, then do it. If you are doing it because of your family, some people they keep themselves for different reasons.
True.
Some people they do some certain things for different reasons as well.
Like a tryst.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So you may not know their reason. They may not come and tell you this is the reason why I did this. They may change it and say, oh, all because of, views, like, click, comments,
yes.
and they'll just say whatever they want to say to get the attention from people. Do you get it? So that's it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick up from what both of you have said, yeah? So I was not there in your traditional days. I'm gonna be speaking as a Gen Z, right?
You're gonna hear it, that's fine.
So you spoke about greeting. I feel like you see these traditional values we're talking about is because of where we're coming from as Africans, right? So that greeting per se, I don't think that's because of like modern values. I feel like people grew up in different backgrounds. People came from different places, and we met ourselves here. So I don't feel like if I grew up in a white background, saying good morning, sir, was a thing. Do you understand? So it's because we are Africans that's why we see it like, we are forgetting our traditional values, right? If I was born and brought up here and I say, oh, hello, that's how I was taught how to do it. So that is my traditional value. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Right?
Yeah,
so that's my own traditional value. But because of where you're coming from, you see it like, oh, it's a modern value. Oh, she's lost it, and I might be black, right? But because I said hello, sir, even if you don't know where I'm coming from, you just feel like, oh, she has lost it. She wasn't properly trained and all that. To me, I feel like traditional and modern day value, they work hand in hand. There are some very mundane things we saw growing up, like there were tribes that say, oh, I think I saw something on TikTok. It's in I think Zimbabwe, something like that. They do this festival where they dance naked and all that. They mark the ladies mark their breast and all that, blah blah blah. So that's their own traditional values. But me now, coming from Nigeria, where your mother will tell you need to wear long skirts, I saw that like, what's this? What are they doing? Right? But I checked about it, I browsed about it, and I saw, oh, this is their own value. So I just feel like value, like she said, value is how you are as a person. It is your own, I don't know how to put it.
What you hold dear.
Yes, value is what you hold dear. You should not input. Value is not what you see. Oh, it is not a generally acceptable norm. Value is just how you are, like how you were brought up, how you see life. That's what I feel value are.
You can also say that even in the moral values, there are still some negative vibes.
Yeah, everything has negativities.
More in this Gen Z of a thing we're talking about.
I feel like everything has negativities. Even in the traditional days, there were negative things. Mm-hmm. Where a woman cannot work, where a girl child is saying you cannot go to school because a girl child is supposed to stay in the house and take care of the family. That's a negative norm, right? So everything that has a good has a bad. So it's not more on modern, it's not more on traditional. They are just it's hand in hand, right? So they all work together. I just feel like people need to, as a person, you need to define it for yourself. You don't need to just follow the crowd and say, this is what is trendy. Just like she said, you need to define it for yourself and know that, okay, this is what is good for me and this is what is bad for me, because everything has good and everything has bad. It's not more, I don't feel like it's more on modern days than traditional, because I've heard really sad things back then, and I feel like those were really, really bad. So modern days are shaping that a little bit. I'm not saying that the modern values are good and right and all that, but they just have their own.
But for me, I still stick on that traditional values, because the respect and the dignity we have there, fine, like you say, in the aspect of women staying at home and all, is we now realize that in the modern values way that this thing is not right. But another general thing in traditional values ways that we see is those other things that are there where cultures have been kept by those traditional levels do help at that time.
Okay.
So I'm coming back to what you're saying. That's fine. The modern values has their own, and traditional have their own.
Yeah.
But for me, who come through that angle, I've seen that one is higher. My own point.
Fair.
Okay, when it comes to these traditional values, it's unique to every tribe and every community,
Yeah.
because yes, our way of life is different from the other people's way of life. You understand? Yeah, but I feel, in my opinion, is when you decide to borrow another person's culture, to your own culture, like a foreign culture now, yes, bringing it in and start operating it, that's when there's a problem. Just like you made mention of a child that is raised here, greets hello, that's their tradition, that's their custom, that's the way they behave, that's the Englishman's culture. Then you see a child that is in Nigeria, that was raised in Nigeria, just because they've seen a movie that they greet each other by saying hello and hey mates, and there's one they say when they want to say cheers instead of saying thank you. Yes, start saying it in Nigeria, then they will start acting that way. It looks strange. You understand? That's when they will tell you that the modern day values are ruining our traditional values, because this is not our way of life. So in this case, will you say technology, TV, internet is part of the reason why these things are happening, causing problems? Because you see a lot of parents having problems with their children because they feel this is not the way of life that we are used to.
Now, what you just said now is taking me to another angle of the children who have been raised here. They have that kind of lifestyle. If you mix up the traditional one to this one, like you said, that's come the issue. That's when we see the picture being blown that this one is not doing right, this one is doing right. Because you stand on traditional values, you stand put on. There are some people who are from traditional value who have been born here, and they still continue with that traditional values in the aspect of characters. Here, that we are in this country, they still follow that aspect. But it's not depend on the individual, like you said, how you want to bring it, what those people what they want to copy. You copy the wrong one because you see it suits you at that moment, but that is not the right thing. I don't want to use the word real parents. A traditional who give respect and dignity to parents will say this is the right thing to do. But for those of them who want to follow the modern way, modern values, say, it doesn't matter, these are kids. But there are some people who was raised here, they still follow that same values.
Yeah, but how do we know the one to take and the one not to take?
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to ask. That who made it right and who made it wrong?
Like, how do we know the one to take and the one not to take, though?
Now we're talking about values. It's a very broad topic.
Very broad, yeah.
Now there are different type or different aspects that you need to pick from or leave. Now, when you're not talking about life in general, it has to do with family. Has to do with even
religion,
social activity, religion, culture.
Yes,
it's really, really broad.
Yeah.
So you have to pick the one that, like I said, that suits you. The same way some persons will say, this is the way I'll bring up my children, will be different from the other person. I'll say, no, this is the way I'll bring up my own children.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these children will still mix in school, right?
Yes.
And they have to pick what they want
They'll
to.
learn from each other.
Exactly. They will definitely learn. So you cannot say this is the right way. There's no right, there's no wrong. It now depends on the individual and the family background. Because why I always put it, family is the smallest unit.
Yeah.
So from family, community, school, and church, social life. Because family is the smallest unit because you are bringing seeds, you are bringing children.
Yes.
Now, if I'm to go through the religion, God will say, well, you'll bring up godly seeds. Now, what kind of discipline or value are you going to like put into your children? Is it the nonchalant or relax, everything's going to be all right? you don't need to work hard, there's this, there's that. You need to put in some values in these children. Do you get it?
Yes.
Even to yourself, even as an adult, sometimes you'll be moved to want to do some certain things, but because you know who you are, having an identity. Do you get it?
Yes.
Having an identity in the sense that I know who I am, I know whose daughter I am, I know where I'm coming from, I know where I am coming from, I know, when you know who you are. Because some people, they just walk, anything goes.
Yeah.
Anything people are saying, oh, join us, this is what's raining,
Exactly.
look at the trend, though. You see them, they are there. This is what's going on, they are there. Oh, this is what's raining, this is what we are wearing, they are there. They do not even know who they are. Do you get it? And some persons, because of people, we have peer pressure, we have a lot of, even like I said, social media is there. Social media is one of the biggest way of you just, sometimes you just watch something on TV and you start questioning yourself, like,
How did it happen?
exactly.
Where did it
Yes.
come from?
Exactly. You start questioning your own value.
Yeah.
Yes.
But later on, it's just like, okay, let me give an example. I've seen, or I know of someone that has borrowed money out, and she has said, I will never borrow anybody money again. But later on, when she sees somebody in need, because of who she is,
Yes.
she cannot see somebody in need and just turn a blind eye.
Yes.
Because of
true.
who she is, in as much as she has said, I'm not going to ever do this again, but she still end up doing it because she has that value of helping,
Yeah.
giving.
Yes.
You understand? There's nothing that can take it away from her. Do you get it now?
Yes.
The same thing with respect. In as much some persons we tend to want to bring out that other side of you, but because of your personality, you cannot be caught misbehaving in public. You will put it, you hold it down. You say, I value myself. In as much they are pushing you so bad for you to misbehave outside, for you to shout, for you to yell and scatter everywhere. That moment where you are advising somebody because you are not in that person's shoes. It's very sweet to advise and say, if it was me, I won't take that kind of nonsense, my dear. When you are wearing that shoe, you will take it.
Yes.
Sometimes.
True.
But because you value yourself that you cannot misbehave in public, there are some certain words you cannot use.
You cannot use. You true.
Do you get it? That
Yes.
some certain words you can't use.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying, that for those who have that moral value, they will think this. They will not think that they act as it comes. But you that have that traditional values in you will say, oh, this is going to lead somewhere. But because of so that's what I'm saying, that I still have that 60-40 to my own understanding. They don't, as it comes to their mind, no. They blindfold about anything that comes down with that does it. They just get angry and they act on that aspect. But traditional values that you have in you, you have helped someone before. If you don't do it, you're going to cause a great effect. They, I will do it. But those that have that one modern value, no. They're ending up. That's it.
Actually, I feel like, you see, you're coming back to your question, right? Social media has like a very large amount of values and inputs on a person.
Yeah.
Right. So I was watching TikTok again. There's this lady on TikTok. She's a single mother. She has, I think, 3 children, a girl, then 2 boys. So the girl is the eldest. So they were doing a TikTok trend, songs that they know how to dance. They know, like raining songs, and the son does not know it. So people were asking in the comment section, why don't your son know? Why is he not dancing? So she was like, my children are not allowed to have phones till they get to a certain age. I've forgotten the age she said.
Yeah.
Right. So if that boy, knowing where it's coming from, even if he goes to school now and sees other people with phones, it might take a glance, it might take a look and just, but it doesn't have the right to have a phone. Right. So it has kind of like limits the kind of things he sees and the kind of things that are actually shaping him, right?
Yeah,
Because
true.
social media is like a very wild place. You can see different type of
things,
different kind of
yes.
nonsense, different kind of
Yes.
things. The one that will educate you, the one that would diminish
The
your,
one that you don't even
the
need.
one that will tell you nonsense, like different kind of thing.
Yeah.
So coming back to family, right? That woman's family being the smallest unit, being the first unit that the boy sees, he has gotten the sense that my mom has told me that social media, I'm not allowed to have social media till like I am this certain age. The mom,
Yes.
definitely the mom would have told him, oh, social media has this kind of effect on you. I don't want you to have it. You focus on your book, focus on this, focus on that, right? So that family now has like input a value on him. So even when he goes to school and he sees people using phones and he can actually access social media, because
Yes.
definitely, according to her, he has a laptop that he used to do assignments and all that.
Yes, true.
But he knows not to go further than that. He knows.
Sometimes.
He,
It's a two-way thing.
it's actually a two-way
Sometimes,
thing.
yes.
Yeah, but to some reasonable extent. Because his mom is a social media person. He won't create an account and start doing nonsense on social
children
media.
will shock you.
There are some things that I can't do with my phone. Now my daughter now will just start
will
operating
shock
it. That.
you.
How did you know it?
Children will shock you.
They are fast in
yeah.
learning. This
Very fast in learning. But all
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is, like,
we get the point.
Yeah.
We get the point. Because even Bisola, I think it was this ex-big big brother.
Bisola, it was this
yes,
year, 20 years. She got her child the phone.
For when she's 16. When
So
she
people
was
were like,
16,
the child had
16, yes.
Yeah, was it 16?
The 16,
Oh,
yes.
the child has a laptop, like a very big laptop. So people were like, what's that child can see
What's
on that
the difference?
iPhone?
What's the difference? You
give
don't want
the
to get
child
a phone.
Do you understand? You give
Yeah.
the child a laptop. She said, "Oh, the laptop is for assignments and all." But if you're good with internet, you can actually access things that you can access on your phone, on laptop.
Yeah, but I guess that one will only limit her in the confined space. But the phone always take maybe when it goes around, it can show, that will limit
exactly.
her.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, right? So
True.
the boy just knows that, okay, this is for these certain reasons, and he doesn't take the laptop out of the house. So where do you want to have that time to start streaming online?
But another thing we need to also look at now is for that traditional values, most of our parents don't explain explicitly to our children
The reason
this,
why,
the reason this,
yes,
Very true.
that
yes,
they'll tell you, ladies,
Exactly.
don't
Don't
allow
let
a man
touch
to touch
If you
you.
touch you get
You
pregnant.
get pregnant. That world, there's many persons who are saying. So those are the things that I also look at. These are negative values we
yes.
have in traditional negative effects on that aspect
Okay.
because
They don't explain.
They don't
Yeah.
explain.
Yes.
They feel like our parents
You don't
felt like
need-
there are some certain words that a mother cannot tell to her child.
yeah.
You cannot tell your child about sex. No.
How many parents even do sex education for their children?
I don't know.
That's another.
What are you looking at?
That's the only.
But
That's
now there's this awareness that there's sex
Yeah,
education
it's now, yeah.
as young as 7, 8.
yes.
You start
Prepping
telling
your
them,
child,
don't
yeah.
let anybody touch you in this part. This is your safe part. This is not a safe part for any visitor. You know, I think I saw a video. I think the child was about 5, and say somebody touched you here. She said, "Sorry." She said,
Bad
"No,
touch.
a bad touch."
Bad
Exactly.
touch.
Bad
Yes.
touch, good touch.
Make an alarm.
You start
Make it,
putting that awareness in their mind. You know, little by little. You may not go all the information once. No, they are different age for different things.
Yeah.
As young as 5 years old, the child should know bad touch from good touch, because now we see a lot of people when they are being, in fact, it's wild. You see,
Yeah, true.
even as young as babies, you see men that are really doing rubbish
Yes.
with babies, and it's really sad.
Yes.
Really, really
yes.
sad.
Yeah. So is it the traditional values that will not let our parents even call the actual names of private parts?
yeah, because they feel when they call, they'll go more wide. So they limit it. They
Yeah,
will
that-
limit it,
they feel that way.
and it's not the best.
Okay.
It's not the best. You need to explicitly explain. There is a program, I'm watching a program where there's a lady, I forgot the name of that program, teaching children how to eat, to use a spoon, to use cutleries, how to sit
Yes.
down, how to stand up, how to pick things. As
Yes,
the ladies,
yes.
yeah, I was watching her on the program.
Yeah,
okay.
These are values that are all very, very nice. Those days, they will just tell you, cover your leg and whatever, but how to pick, how to bend down. They
But-
don't do those ones. You know?
No, they were doing that as well, but not the way. There's no technology to it.
Detail.
Yeah, that's not that they were telling you to close your leg. It was their own way of probably how their own parents taught them how to
Exactly.
do it.
And you know,
because
as
they
a-
cannot even know it. Like,
know it all.
Yes.
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
as at then, it wasn't the notorious things that happen now. It wasn't as rampant
Yeah.
as it was back
Yeah.
in the day, right? When they tell you close your leg, or if they touch you in this, or if a man touch you, you get pregnant, right? Men and women were like running away from each other. But now, if you tell a child, if that uncle touch you like this, she will want to see what will happen if
What
that
will
uncle
happen
touch her.
if
Another thing
Yes.
again, I noticed those days you cannot ask your parents why.
Exactly.
Now they ask you why.
Now,
yes.
there was no room for questioning.
No, you don't
so
question.
even as much as you have a question in your mind, you dare not ask. In your mind, you be like, you
and
go
that was
and
it first.
ask your peers, or you go and ask
Yeah.
somebody that's, someone outside your family, someone
Yes.
outside
And
your
they make them to
society.
ask the wrong pair.
Yes.
Exactly.
Who
It
not
doesn't
give the wrong
matter if you
answers.
don't know the answer. Is it your pair, your age mates that
That
will
wants
have
to
the,
know
have
the
the
answer.
correct
But these
answer?
days,
Exactly.
if you don't do that, why? Don't do this. Why? In fact, when I'm asking you the why, you don't even have the right answer.
Right
Like, why
answer
you
to give
asking
them.
me why?
Yes.
Sometimes it can be very annoying when I say don't sit down there, don't make noise. You're asking me why.
Why?
Why is why?
But I feel like them asking you why is actually good.
It's good.
That's
It's
it,
good.
that's
Because
why.
back in the day, we don't have we don't have
you
access
know-
to our parents like that.
That's a Etsako girl. Do you know that people see that why as very disrespectful though?
Yes, so
Yeah, that's when your manner of approach comes along, right?
Yeah.
But back in the day, like your mom cannot tell you, oh, don't allow this boy to touch you, or don't go to that place, and you ask why.
The next thing is
Even if you know that you want to ask why, you cannot ask it.
Yeah.
Because of should I say fear? But now, parents are very open to questions. They are open to like educating their child more. So if you tell them, don't go to that place, they want to know why. They are inquisitive. They want to know
Yes.
why. And when you tell them why, there are two things. Either it sinks, or the child wants to actually experience it for himself.
Yes.
So to me, I feel like asking questions, we should actually encourage children to ask questions, because asking questions and telling them the answers plain and blank, not trying to like sugarcoat it, telling them plain and black is actually also good. Because when you're telling a child, oh, if that uncle touch you, goes far as touching you here, it's a bad thing, that's a bad touch. And the child asks you to a certain age, maybe a child of 13 years asks you why, and you tell the child why touching you there is bad. The child will know that, oh yes, it is actually bad. But when you
allow them, they want to find out on their own.
find out why.
Yes.
If the child asks you, oh, why would you touch me? And you say it's just bad, don't do it. The child will want to know what will happen.
If such happens.
Yes. So I feel like those are like some core of modern values that are actually good. It allows people to actually express themselves more.
I think that's why when I watched some things on the social media, this content creator, he was asking the lady, what happened to your underwears? He said, my mom tells me in the match to not touch my underwear, so I pulled it off when I was going in. He said, what happened? Like, yeah, I'm very free. She didn't touch it. I hold it on my hand.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Move the underwear.
Oh no.
They don't explain. That's another effect that's not also very good on our traditional values that we're talking about. I think we need to explicitly say it for them to understand. That help more.
Yes.
So that brings us to individuals holding their values by themselves to know how to flow. So.
Yes. So we've been able to identify the shortcomings of the traditional values and the modern values. So can someone operate one? Like, oh, I don't want my children. Okay, like you said, not giving phones to children till they are 16. Can somebody operate strictly on traditional values? Because there are some people that we actually raised based on solely with traditional values, and they turned out right. Yes, but there are some that they said they made a conscious decision not to raise their children with traditional values, and they're with modern values, and the children actually turned out well. So can we actually operate one of them and succeed?
To me, I actually feel like you need to balance it.
Cannot.
Because we are living in a modern world, right? If you say, oh, I'm going to go strictly on the modern, the traditional values, that child is eventually going to go outside. He's going to see things.
He's going to sneak out.
It's exactly, that's when we have children that are doing things behind their parents' back. The child is going to, he's having friends that, their parents are telling them about modern things. And if you say you want to do just modern, he's still going to go out. You will see children that they were raised like in a traditional home, right? So I feel like you need to like put the both of them like this. So there are some good things that you need to inculcate in your child that are traditional, and there are some good things that you need to inculcate in your child that are modern. So you need to just try to like put them
Side by
hand in
side.
hand. Yes.
Yeah.
One cannot be thrown out. The two have to go together. It helps.
Oh, okay.
For
All
those
right.
of us that are living here, we have to pair them together.
Exactly.
together.
For those of us that are living here, exactly. If you're in Nigeria, you can say, "Oh, I will solely do the traditional," and it might work for you.
No, in Nigeria, you cannot even solely. Currently, you cannot solely do
No.
traditional.
Anymore. Yeah.
Anymore.
You can't.
You
because-
understand? It's not possible.
Exactly. But I actually feel like there's a way you can actually do it in Nigeria. But here we are living in a very vast land. It's
With different cultures.
different culture.
multicultures,
It's
yeah.
very wild, right? If you child do traditional, that your child will go astray very quickly. Like the way to happen.
It's not as if the child will go. It's just that somebody will learn something else outside.
Learn how do it.
The child might learn something else outside. Yeah. You mentioned that you do 60-40.
Yeah, but with the discussion now,
Yes.
I think it's gonna be 50-50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why? Because we can't, like you said, how you hold this value, you have to hold this one same.
Yes.
But bringing them together, that helps.
Yeah.
Because the wrong you have in this one, we also have wrong on the other
Exactly.
side. So
Yeah.
50-50 come into play. I go on that, but they have to be merged while training. And that's
it
the
has
point.
it actually has to be merged, because when our parents will say, "Oh no, traditional value," that's when the child wants to go outside and explore more, right? But
Yeah.
when the parent is doing it hand in hand, the child will say, "Okay, yes, my mom has actually told me this thing before. Okay, I know that this thing is actually bad. I know that, oh, this one is wrong, this one is right. I've learnt it from the house." So that's why you see children that will go to school and they will challenge their teacher and say, "No, that's not what my mom taught me." So you need to like put it hand in hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like show them that it might, like, it's just like that in your own culture. Like it's not like that in every other person's culture.
Exactly. Show them the vast cultures. Don't just
6-1.
Exactly.
When this like this, it's like this. Okay, because when you're going through a place, not just one straight road. You can use this one
Exactly.
side, use the other side, and meet up the same point. That's the point.
Oh, okay. So now we're going to talk about the clash between the traditional, is it traditional, yes,
Traditional
and
value.
the modern day value. Yes, when it comes to marriage, education, community life, gender roles.
Okay,
Yes.
for me, I'll talk about the education. So, for the traditional value, it's more on learning and discipline. You understand?
Yeah.
When you are going to school, it's more about what you are taught. This is how it's going to be. What they set in the exam, it should be the way your teacher has taught you. So even if you have another way of answering the question, you're like, is that what your teacher said? Is that what I wrote on the note? Sometimes even in the definition, sometimes they want you to give the teacher's definition,
Yes.
most of the time during the exam.
Yeah.
Even if you give your own definition, they'll tell you it's wrong, or they'll give you half mark.
Sometimes, so when it comes to that, in our institution, some of the lecturers that like what
Your
you
own, yeah.
yes, but there are some that they give you opportunity to do, like they like it.
That's where modern value come in. Modern value actually bring out this critical thinking.
True.
So if you are saying 1 + 1 is 2, then 1 + 1 is 2. Write 1 to 50, you write and you'll be tired. 1 to 1,000. Like, what are you going to really gain? I don't think now, these days, they really do write 1 to 1,000. Do you get it?
Yes.
Now it's more of critical thinking. In the UK, yes, schools they do have a lot of coloring, creativity. They want to open up the child's imagination.
Yes.
You understand? They want to. If you are saying 1 + 1 is 2, they're asking you, okay, why is it 2? How did you get your answer? And a child, let's say child A will say, I did this, and this was how I got my answer. Child B will say, I did this and I did this, and this was how I got my answer.
Yeah.
And the teacher will be able to see from both perspectives
Angles.
of that child.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So while with traditional values, more of, it's very rigid. This is it. Don't say no. In fact, don't even say yes or no. This is how I want it to be. This is how you are supposed to give it to me. You understand? But
alright.
for the modern value, they instill this critical thinking, imagination, creativity.
Yes.
Everybody must not be doctor or nurses or have the professional background.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
understand?
true.
You see some children are really good with arts.
Yes.
Painting, but those days if you are good with painting, say is this painting you want to do, is it carpentry you want
Hold
to do,
on,
want to be a tailor.
I will pay school fees for you to go and start dancing.
Go and start dancing in school. What happened to this person's daughter that became a lawyer? They will compare, you know. But these days they allow you to be who you yourself, what you want to be. You understand? If you have a
Yes.
dream, they will help you to build it. Now you see football, you see basketball, you see young children, you see these days parents are encouraging children to actually go for what they really love. You build them, because you cannot just start playing football all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah.
They groom them, you understand?
Yes,
So in
yes.
terms of education, things have actually changed, because sometimes they ask you what do you really want to be in future. So I'm like, my dream changed. My parents actually want me to be
But you know, you see,
a
sorry to
lawyer or
cut you. You
this.
know, it's okay. Initially, before now, when you ask a child what do you want to be in future, and the child doesn't have anything, some children will tell you, I don't know. Before now, I used to frown at it, but it's okay for you not to know what you want to do.
Yes.
It's perfectly fine for you not to know what you want to do. You
Yes,
understand?
I understand
with
that.
time.
I understand that, but another way, I'll not just rule out traditional value, because sometimes even what you want to be, you may not even know how to actualize it. That's why we have the traditional value to help you. So sometimes even going to school is not really going to help you to be whatever it is, because you going to school is more like you are going to learn other things apart from the four walls of school. Because sometimes even what they taught me back then in primary school, trust me, it's not everything I can remember.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
But there are some basic things I learned. It may not even be about the book or what's the definition or what they said, the list, this kind of, you know. But it may
Right.
just be the culture in the classroom. It may be one value. It may be discipline is there. Like I said, the traditional value.
Yes.
They're more about learning and discipline. They
Yes,
discipline you in
yeah.
class. They have this idea of apart from home, the teachers or the school will to groom you as a child. They will to correct you. But these days, nobody wants to correct any child.
Okay.
Please let your parents not come for me. Please, I don't want this, because the child can talk back and you can't do anything.
True.
You can't really do anything, because
Yeah.
you have your own self to actually, you know, hold accountable. Because I think I heard this from someone in Nigeria.
Yeah.
She teaches in a school, and she was telling me that in the school yes, it's wrong to flog or beat a child, but in terms of discipline, they have lost it. You can't even discipline a child. The child will talk back, and there's nothing you can do, because who is paying their school fees? Their parents. Their parents will come, and in fact they will in fact it's really bad. Honestly, it's really, really bad, because teachers these days, those days when you see your teacher, it's more like you are seeing your parents.
Yeah.
But
True.
it's no longer like that.
Yeah.
I miss those days anyway, because they instilled a lot of discipline.
All right. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
I was in school one of the day where I did not tuck in my clothes, and the teacher was just passing by. That was the first day I came to the school. My parents wanted to enroll me to the school.
Yeah.
Then I liked the color of the uniform, and I wore the green and the white. I'm not yet a student, so I just fly the clothes block. Then he thought I
You
am
were a
already a
student,
student.
yeah.
Man, I
Okay.
saw cane on my back. I was flogged.
Yeah.
So my dad was saying, "Is it tucking your clothes?" Oh, I'm not a student yet, but you're in uniform.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
You see,
Wow.
so that's we talk about the moral, the traditional values there.
Yes,
the culture
yes.
started on that very day.
Yes. Yes.
That very day. So from that day, oh no.
No, they don't know how to correct with love.
Yeah.
Then it's very, like I said, very rigid, very harsh. But here you correct with love.
Eghosa, sorry to cut you. Yeah. I want to ask you now. Yes, this particular, you said, like, I want to repeat what you said, that it's 50-50. When it comes to marriage, there are some certain things that I feel you either pick one, either tradition, the traditional
Marriage.
tradition
Values
or
as well.
modern day values. You have to pick either. Like in marriage now, You understand? So since we are doing 50-50, should we say, oh, there are some parts that we'll pick, there are some parts we should leave out?
No. Now, generally, 50-50. But let's go individually to most of this topic.
Okay.
It will not be 50-50.
Oh, okay.
For me, I see love the traditional values in marriage aspects.
Oh, okay.
Then I still love it to up to now. Because why? I have to use that word. In the traditional values with the marriage, you see the discipline given to the child, either to the male or the female, until you get to that ripe level to get married. In this modern values way, no. You can go and see him, visit him, enjoy yourself before you get married.
Okay.
But on traditional values way, you have to follow that procedures. Then that shows that there's a dignity you are creating on that family. That's what I'm saying. That if you're saying general wise, it's 50-50 to train. But if you're going, let's just not take it one after the other. For marriage level, I still believe that traditional values is very necessary, very okay.
Okay, what when it comes to gender roles?
Traditional values.
Traditional values. So that means it's
Okay, how about the traditional values where when you marry your wife, you are only allowed to, the wife is allowed to take care of, they believe that you are to take care of the home, take care of the children, give the children what they need, and the man is to work.
That is what I'm saying, the disadvantage. I'll use the word, because like in my own case, my mom was stopped to school
okay.
for my dad. My mom is brilliant, blessed memory of her. She's brilliant, and when my dad came in, I said, no, two of you cannot. The one had to step down. So my mom stepped down, and my dad's continued education. It's education. But at the end of the day, we saw there's an effect.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Generally, it's 50-50, but let's come in individually. There's a little, it was not very right for not saying this man continue in the school and the woman will not be step aside. Though my mom took care of the children, go to the market and all along, but that's educational values on her. Educational way was dropped.
Yeah.
Because in her own set, they were saying that she was the most brilliant person in their set when she was schooling. So I am still saying that for that aspect of education or for marital whatever values, the man and the woman needs to be together. That's where it comes down. That's saying that we cannot come to 50-50 of the parents and the wife. That's it.
Okay. How do we now combine the both of, how will we know, okay, when to pick the traditional value and the modern value? How do we know when to pick this or that? Because you are saying for this one we can pick this, for this we can pick that. Because some people can get confused. You'll be like, okay, am I doing this? Is it traditional value we are sticking with, or we are going with the modern values?
Don't kill zeal. If you kill zeal of individual, it affects. How do I mean by that? If the man is going, now the parents, my mom parents came in with that issue, with that thought. My dad was not having that thought. He was having the thought of let them go to school together.
Okay.
You see, so let the both of them. They were going to school. At the end of the day, they can value this by themselves and say, okay, let's stop here, let's move here, and then move on. Killing it at that time, no. That's my point.
Okay, so when you're talking about value, for the traditional value, for marriage, is keen on respect. The wife should respect her husband. It's a very key value. And the husband should love his wife. It's something that even till this day, we still hold it daily.
Yes.
Respect your husband while the man loves the wife. But these days, most couples want to share it 50-50. You respect me, I respect you. If you don't respect me, I won't respect you.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
That's the modern value. If you respect me, I respect you. If you don't respect me, I won't respect you. But the traditional value shows that even as much as your husband doesn't respect you, you must respect your husband. And
Yes.
I've seen a lot of conversation where people ask, okay, what if the man doesn't love the wife? Or you see some people say, but they can share the love for 3 women. He can love this person and love this person and love this person and love this person.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And it can be very, very confusing. let me be very honest with you, can be very confusing, and it still boils down to individual. Like, do what works for you. You understand? But do not lose that value of respect, love, understanding, togetherness. You understand? Because marriage is a lot. Because what works for number A,
Yes.
definitely not work for.
Maybe the traditional value will work for A, while the modern value will work
Exactly.
for B.
But one thing I know, the value. Trust me, even in the modern way,
The people
still love respect. People want their husband to love them. So
yes,
it's still the same way, but it all boils down to how you handle it.
Individuals.
Yes, how you handle it. But that value is there for both modern and traditional, because it has
Traditional.
taken shape, like it has transferred from the traditional to the modern. But we, as you know, we're in the modern age, we have a way of
Balancing
it or changing it, of making it look, suitable for us. Do you get it?
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, in conclusion, when it comes to traditional and modern values, what is your general overview of everything? Like, I know our audience will want to know, want to have an overview of what you think about the traditional values. We've said a lot. Yes.
don't throw away traditional values. Don't also throw away the moral values. Traditional values help you to hear things collectively from people. The modern values speak on you as an individual, whatever you've come into you. But now, for you to be a complete person, if I put it that way, merge them together and work rightly for you to help other people that are also watching you, because your lifestyle and what people are watching you. So if you have that traditional values and moral values to yourself, the positive one inside, it's going to help the next generation after you to do it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Hayes, what do you have to say?
For me, I'll say it's a mix. It's always a mix, because you can't really throw the traditional values, respect, discipline, self-control, a lot of value to really uphold. And like I said, it always blend into the modern value. They are just little changes, and trust me, 20 years, 30 years from now, we'll see a different value, different people, different culture evolving. You understand? But one thing you should not lose is what you value most, what is important to you. Hold it there and just be who you are. Just have an identity of who you are, and do not let anybody's value or what anybody thinks to affect your belief. Now, don't get me wrong, you should not have a wrong belief and say you cannot change. Change is something that is constant. If you see that you are doing something that is wrong, we all have a conscience, trust me. If you are doing something that is wrong and you need to change. Don't say everybody will like me for who I am. Don't be carrying bad behavior up and down. Just try your best. It's not easy. Even we that are seated here, we are trying to get better, be a better person, grow. That's where growth comes in. But just know who you are and grow.
Thank you very much. That is Etsako girl.
These wise people have said it all. As a Gen Z, I don't think I have anything to top that, but I mean, it's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
Yes.
What way?
Yeah, I feel like traditional and modern values, one cannot do without each other. So it's like back and forth, it's like left and right. So it has to come 50-50, hand in hand, right? So when, as a person, dealing with your day-to-day life, dealing with other people, you need to add we're living in a modern world, good and fine. You need to add the traditional values into your modern life. You don't just say, because it's the 21st century, I'm a modern babe, I'm this, I'm that. You need to not forget where you're coming from as a traditional person. As a human, you need to not forget your traditional values, your traditional norms and all that. So you need to just work hand in hand with everything, like they've said. You can't throw away each other. You cannot do without another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But is there a way that we can modernize the traditional values, like we reshaping them? It's not as if we are changing to modern values. We are just trying to like reform them to fit.
I'm not sure those of the age from my set upward will like it.
Oh,
To
okay.
shape what they
The
have known.
traditional, yes, the traditional, the way we can shape it.
We have shaped it already now.
If you
This is
actually shape it, you're turning it to a modern value.
Exactly.
We have shaped it
there's a
already.
problem,
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think shaping it would work.
because it have to be the same.
So
Yeah.
are you saying, please let me, I want to hear from you. So are you saying now that there's no way we can shape it, or probably since we can't shape it, like, okay, since you say people from your time, like they should operate the traditional values while the younger generation should operate with the modern values?
It's still gonna to get worse. I'll put it that way. Why I'm saying shaping an aspect of those in the positive part on the traditional values must corrupt with modern part, the modern ways of modern values. That helps. We cannot say let's bring this one inside. No, if you bring this one, that means one is going to overrule the other one.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that the traditional values and the modern values have to go pari passu. Have to go at the same pace. That's how it's going to work. If one is going to overshadow one, it won't work. The Jay-Z will not like it. If the other one overshadow the other one, the modern one, the ages one will not like it.
But since it's like that, why do people keep complaining that world don't spoil? Before it was not like that. We should go back to the way things used to be, so that children have respect, have culture, have regard for elders, and a lot of things. You understand? So if we want things to go pari passu, side by side, you understand? So I don't think things are actually going side by side. Of course, yes, of course, but people are still complaining.
People complain because what
Yes,
happened to them?
parents complain. You understand about a lot of things.
I'm not sure all parents complain. It only occurs to those ones that we see the modern values being overruled. There are still some parents at the moment where we are even in this country where we have standard rules, as in traditional values and the modern values are working together for them. I was talking with her that even my eldest sister has 4 kids, born here, trained here. They are doctors, they're engineers, they're accountants, and they're here. They're all graduates here.
Yeah.
So, and they cannot see me as an uncle, come and they won't greet me in their own language. They were born here.
But do you know one funny thing? The people here, they have their own traditional values, because you see the older generation, if you've come in contact with them, they complain about how their young people behave too. They do complain about how the young people behave. So it's not about the culture, or probably because they are I don't want to say white people now, you understand?
Yeah.
Because they are different. Probably they have they have their own different tradition and their own way of life, but they still have the interference of the modern values
Inside.
yes.
The situation things here is most of the parents we have here, they don't finish their work. He know what to do. That he knows what to do, make that one continue from there. The respect is no longer there. In this on the modern values aspect now that we're saying, they don't finish how to train the children. They'll tell you, oh, you will understand when you grow up. That's when the thing comes on. They already know the right thing. Finish that writing up with them, then you're going to see how good it is. So most of them don't finish it, and that's where to continue from there. That's where it gets more worse and worse and worse. So what we need to do is that even improve our modern values, on that modern value that you are, stand on a positive aspect and train this kid. You will get it right at the end of the day.
All right.
That's my stick.
All right. Thank you so much. So here's
Okay, if I'm to use an example with career, for example, yes, career. Those days, it was based on going to school, getting a certificate to get a job. Well, now it's what you have upstairs. What do you have to bring to the table? More like, what do you have to bring to the company? What what do you what do you have to actually bring
Contribute.
to or contribute, not about the paperwork or I've done this certification. No, what experience you have. How have you been able to do this? Yes, in as much as most graduates do not really have experience, that's why we have in Nigeria we have the NYSC.
Yes.
But over here they have apprenticeship, a lot of little job that you can do and
Colleges
learn
and all.
some skills.
Yes.
That you can say, okay, this is the skill I have, not just saying I have this certificate, because
Yes.
these days certificate don't just do the work.
Yeah.
Certificate will not just get you the job, because even someone that have done apprenticeship for 5 years will even get the job before you'd have had masters.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So we just need to help ourselves and develop ourselves.
That's the traditional way
Yeah.
and modern values come together.
All right, so we've all agreed that both should
Come together.
come together 50-50.
Yeah. One could not
Thank
override one.
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Eghosa, for coming. Thank you, Hayes. And my lovely, that Etsako girl. I got it right. Oh my God, I'm blushing. We've come to the end of another interesting episode of Freedom of Speech. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Please, when you see our videos, like, comment, watch till the end, like our videos, and please subscribe to our channel. Turn on your notification bell to get a notification anytime we drop a new video. On this note, I will say bye for now.
Bye bye.